For many years, Alpina stuck to making typewriters, and looking at that beauty, can you blame them? However, in 1961, Alpina released the Universal Calculator. It was designed by Oscar Mildner, an engineer for the company. Alpina built about 4,200 devices in 1961. They didn't sell very well. So in 1970, Oscar Mildner obtained the rights and built 1,600 more. Those didn't sell very well either. Mine came from the first batch. It's impossible not to compare this to the Curta. And the Alpina had some distinct advantages. The registers were all on the same plane, and they were much easily viewed. They were much more easily viewed. It came with a very fashioned leather tote. The Alpina was actually pocket-sized, unlike the Curta. And addition and subtraction were much more intuitive on the Alpina. You just crank the handle one way for addition and counterclockwise for subtraction, just like on so many other calculators. The Alpina is smooth and has a nice soothing sound when using it. I'm trying to keep it as stable as possible for the camera. It doesn't stick when you use it normally. Clearing is much worse than the Curta. There's a lot of plastic on this machine which feels a bit chintzy. Those little clearing knobs are actual gears. You should check out Chris Vandeval's website where he describes having to fix one. When you have to clear large numbers, the strain felt on that gear is not reassuring. Also, clearing out those input numbers is a bit worse than the Curta. Here I'll estimate pi so you can see how easy it is. Again, it looks like I'm straining sometimes, but in real life it's real smooth. I'm just trying to hold it as steady as I can so it's not so shaky for the camera. There's a red indicator to let you know when the accumulator has overflowed or underflowed. Here's the inside of a different Alpina universal calculator that has seen better days, although the mechanism is intact. That single tooth sticking up there drives the counter register. Mildner designed this with axial pinwheels versus radial pinwheels. Most pinwheels extended radially like the illustration on the left. Axial pinwheels allowed the Alpina to be just a bit thinner. Here are the carry mechanisms. That gray cover is more than cosmetic. The mechanism gets a bit jammed when I try to carry without the cover. Here you can see the red complement numbers for when the counter goes into subtraction. The accumulator has those complement numbers too, only painted white. It's odd because you would never see the accumulator's complement numbers. I suppose it was easier to manufacture one set of register wheels. So now about that stylish leather case. It looks just fine, but there's a rough part of this strap that's the first clue that something's amiss. I know of at least one universal calculator that fell onto the tile floor because of this terrible case. So there's the Alpina universal calculator. Sure, it has its flaws, but I might just like it more than the Curta. My wife sure does.